Hey now, so finally I'm getting around to this video. It is time to discuss the sacrificial ritual of Charlie Kirk, which is actually very surprising because they usually do this on black people, okay? And the fact that they've done this on a white man nationally is very interesting, but I heard something about an Egorian deity or something like that that requires negative energy, and therefore, hence, that's why they got Charlie Kirk specifically. Okay. But it's time to unpack. It's time to unpack. So what you can see here in the back is you can see a moon app. So okay, let's put these puzzle pieces together. So Charlie Kirk's death was on the 10th, right? In this, as you can see, on the 7th was the full moon. Now that was actually a lunar eclipse. A full moon lunar eclipse was on the 7th. But in the spiritual community, we know that up to 3 days before and 3 days after a new moon or a full moon, you can still use all the energy. So for instance, from the 4th, 1, 2, 3, you know what I mean, to the 7th, or from the 7th to 1, 2, 3, the 10th, you could still have, basically, you can still do whatever rituals or whatever works that you would want to do on that full moon, and it would still count because the energy is still very heavy during the 3 days before and the 3 days after. They call it the shadow. Okay, so basically, with that detail and that information, we can see that, and look, it does look a lot less, but at the end of the day, this was the 7th. Sorry, the 7th was a lunar moon eclipse. So that means that the moon energy, the energy of that full moon is going to be magnified, okay? So basically, when Charlie Kirk passing on the 10th, I would say that probably somebody did a ritual on the 7th, and then the death of Charlie Kirk on the 10th was to kind of solidify that ritual. And then, of course, if we look right here, we see that there's a new moon coming on the 21st. Well, on the 21st, that is going to be a solar eclipse, okay? Charlie Kirk's funeral is on the 21st, on a solar eclipse in an NFL stadium. Listen, if you've ever seen a sacrifice before, then you know that this is definitely a sacrifice, okay? They are definitely using the energy of the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse to magnify this energy, and we are watching this all go down right in front of us, in front of our eyes. And as a result of us all being so invested in this situation, we have actually helped this ritual along because we have given it so much energy. So for me personally, what I would be suggesting for you, if you know anything, I would say it's time to get your protection rituals going. If you know anything about the power of the Psalms, I would get your Psalms. I would definitely be reading Psalm 91. I would be reading Psalm 64, Psalm 68, Psalm 59. Okay, and of course there are several other Psalms that you can read. I believe 27 as well. Let me look. I believe 27 is a good one also for this time. At the end of the day, what we are really looking at is we are looking at blood rituals go down on the stage show in a way in which it's easily trackable, it's easily noticeable. I noticed it the day it happened. I was like, this is weird. I was like, this is definitely giving sacrificial, you know what I mean? But now that I know for sure that the funeral is on the 21st, which is the actual new moon energy, what they will be trying to do is with his death, they will be trying to manifest something, okay? So this is on the full moon. The full moon is what we use to end off release. The new moon is what we use to manifest something or to bring something into fruition. So they're most likely going to try to use this new moon to bring all of the things that they're trying to put into play into fruition. So if I were you, I would be using as many protection rituals as you can. I would also be using this day to speak abundance into your life, to speak protection into your life, to speak protection into the lives of your family members. I would be using this date for something very serious. As a matter of fact, on the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, on the full moon, I was doing a lot of protective work on those days. And so now on this day, we're going to be talking about our abundance. We're going to be doing a manifestation for that. And I think we're going to reiterate our protection work. We're also going to reiterate cloaking as well. I feel like this is a time in which you really want to fly under the radar. If you don't have to be on a stage show, then I would say it's a good time to be able to fly under the radar. So for me, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be focused on that. But that's what we want. I came here to talk about that, guys. I came here to talk about the fact that this ritual, it is very evident now. I mean, I knew it was a ritual when I saw it all go down and it didn't make sense and all that. I just knew it was a ritual, but now to see all of the evidence, and then finally, the final nail in the coffin was to see that his funeral is actually on the solar eclipse, on the date of the solar eclipse. Yeah, this is terrible. Especially you can look at his wife's response and reaction, the response and reaction of just anybody involved in this whole, the whole thing. They are all not are responding like people who don't give two damns. Okay, the only person responding like they cared was Candace Owens, and she is responding like his wife should be responding. So, yeah. So listen, get up on it. Get up on it.